Continuing our coverage from Paris, the French Prime Minister has confirmed that raids have been carried out by police searching for the suspected Islamists across France. Prime Minister Francois Hollande has said that the government knew that the attacks were being prepared and more are still being prepared in France and across Europe. Deputy Editor Smita Sharma, who now joins us live from Paris, is with us. Smita, if you could just give us more, inputs and details about these so-called coordinated raids by the anti-terror forces.
Well, Avantika, it's a bonjour here from Paris, of course, keeping in mind the France anticipate really post these attacks. As far as those attacks are concerned, the raids are concerned, coordinated raids happening in the suburbs of Paris, also in area bordering Belgium, particularly because remember the main suspect here is from Brussels, and he is a 29-year-old. Also, across the southern suburbs, especially of Paris and Toulouse, these are the areas where we have seen a lot of raids being conducted. Several arrests have been made. The French Prime Minister has just made a comment saying that he fears and that there are apprehensions that there could be more attacks planned in France and across Europe. There are fears, in fact, that there could be, people with assault ammunition still out on the street of Paris, because of which the police taking no chance. Very high security. Last evening too, we were at Bataclan Theatre, we were at the Republic Square, and every now and then there would be a rumor or so, there would be a, sort of a wave that would come through saying there's a shootout that's happened or a bombing that's happened, which is all the more reason that people, stay calm. They are being asked to advise, they're being advised to, in fact, exercise caution in whatever information goes out there. But if you look at each group of all these attacks we are looking at, the 7 to 8 suspects, they range from 20 to 30 years old, absolutely young men, and a lot of, in fact, coordinated raids are now happening to try and link together all the pieces.
Smita, we have seen just how the French government has swiftly acted and has responded in, one of the most fiercest ways by launching those massive airstrikes. But, just take us through the city and about the people. The Parisians have, in the past exhibited very strong resilience, resolution and determination to hit back at terror. How are people, now in Paris? Are they coming out on streets and resuming their ordinary life?
Avantika, I am standing right now. It's a morning hours. It's our, just the office hours are about to begin. And today there was a 3 days of national mourning that had been announced.
Yes.
Today, in fact, some of the schools will be now open. So, and they will be, of course, observing across schools and offices that do open. They will be observing minutes of silence in remembrance of those who are more. As you can see, perhaps behind me also, that people walking across the streets yesterday, it was just surreal. At Bataclan Theatre, because Sundays it's supposed to be a less crowded evenings in Paris. People normally like to stay indoors. The traffic yesterday was any other weekday in Paris, and people were all streaming in huge numbers to all the sites of these terror attacks. Restaurants just around them were all open, except for the particular stretches leading into these sites been cordoned off, barricaded. But people were sitting there even when, suddenly an alarm would go off, while some would go duck for cover, the others would continue with their cup of coffee. Perhaps resilience is something that is very common to the human spirit, Avantika. We have seen it in the streets of Mumbai, London, New York, exhibited by people who have chosen to come out and maybe, maybe to slap the faces of those terrorists who, who indulge in such cowardly and dastardly acts. So last night at Republic Square, we saw young people sitting on the cold pavements with their guitars in hand, tunes of No Woman, No Cry, resonating through the square. Even as a lit candle, they sat there with greeting cards, with flowers, with bouquets, with stuffed toys, children who lost their lives as well. It's just such an emotional outpouring here on the streets of Paris.
Absolutely, understandably there, but people in Paris not being deterred by those ghastly terror attacks.
Nisaga mama mani pamaga ni pamaga sani pamani sapasa जहाँ तक यादें याद आती रहेगी